Hey everybody, I'm back to work on my mini Gorjuss paperclip for August, and this time I thought I would grab my Prima tag set and see if it fits in the jumbo paperclip, and I was surprised to find that it does. So today I am using that as my canvas for my paperclip. If you haven't seen the mini Gorjuss stamp that I picked for August, it is number 13, Fairy Lights, and I do have a mini art journal layout for you to check out. And the other special thing that I'm using this time is this beautiful fairy wish door from Darice. This came in a kit from AmiraInOz last year, and I loved it so much that I ordered another one. And do you remember I used it as a locket in one of my Prima girls? I'm going to link you to that art journal layout if you've missed it. But what I was thinking was creating a little like house, a little tree with a little door. It's sort of like Alice in a Wonderland. She comes across a tree trunk and opens the door and falls into another world. I love how this little locket opens up. There's a magnetic, it is magnetic, so it holds it open and it holds it shut. So I grabbed the stencil, which is a wood grain stencil by Kaisercraft, and I have this Deco Art dimensional product. I've never used it before. This is at AmiraInOz's shop, and yes, I did just smell it. I know, I'm really weird. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and see if I can make this happen. Now, as you see there, I had a quick look on Instagram, and I thought this looked like something out of my head. This is pretty much what I was thinking. I quickly sketch out the dimensions of the tree, taking into consideration the door and the height from the floor and also her height. And I thought I would add a few elements. Here I'm just copying what I see from the picture, but I didn't kind of picture any windows in my head, so later on I do go with what I see in my head and not what I copy off this picture, which is really what your own art is supposed to be about. You're supposed to take inspiration from other things, but go with how you envision your art projects to be. So after I sketch, I've got my protective mat down, I'm grabbing my spatula, and I've got my stencil there off to the side, and I'm just gonna play and create a textured wood grain feature here for my tree. I just had a read here and it says that it's fast drying, and then I quickly sped up the drying with a little bit of my heat gun. Once that was dry, I reached for my watercolors, and basically I'm just going to give this little girl a quick color. I decided to do a little bit of a whimsical feel to her. She's got blue hair, and I also decided to paint her like honeybee type tights, which I think are really cute, and I think it adds to her whimsy. Purple is also my favorite color, which is the color I gave her dress. Once that's done, I fussy cut that out. And I also start on my tree. Now I'm gonna add a couple of different colors so that the tree looks nice and layered. I start off with very light brown. I make sure that's good and dry, and then I add the stencil on top and add the middle color of brown so that there's a variation in the wood, because trees are never one color of wood. There's always light and dark. And then I make sure that that's nice and dry, and then I go for a third color of the brown, and then this time I'm going around the edges and making sure that that tree outline comes down all the way to the left lower corner, and then I'm also using that darker brown to add to the textured parts of the texture paste. That's looking really good. I decided at this stage to thread my jumbo paper clip through so that I can start adding embellishments once everything comes together. And it does come together quite quickly as this is a little project. For the attachment of the little charm, I do use a combination of the hot glue for an instant stick plus that E6000 for that forever stick, because it is also quite a heavy feature on that piece of paper. The next thing is I'm reaching for this Santoro ribbon. This is a leaf ribbon, and I thought it would look really nice to make it look like there is like leaves or ivy growing on top of this tree around this door, like it's the most normal thing ever to have a little door coming out of every single tree, and the little ivy knows just where to go around it. I'm using hot glue to attach everything down and keep it in place. I wondered if I could add a second color, and then I thought, no, I think the red color would be too bold. So I did another strand of ivy going the other direction from the left-hand side bottom to the top right-hand side. Next I thought, you know what, I think red would look really amazing here. So I did decide to do red, but I just decided to do it against the very right hand side there so it wasn't interfering with any of the colors of the brass or the tree itself. And I think that looks really nice. So next is just that little bottom there. I just wanted to cover up just a little bit, so I used one of my punches and created a little grass border. And I'm just going to attach that with hot glue. Next, the little girl goes down with PVA. I have this little bag of charms and eyelets, and I thought these metal flowers looked like a really nice addition. I then found these two butterflies, which just add to the scene so nicely. And then I also found another snail charm at the bottom, which is just so gorgeous. I really love all the elements that I used here. I love how they create texture. I love how they create bulkiness. I usually find that I can't use these charms in my art journal layouts, so I take the opportunity to use them here on my paper clips. Looking through the sentiments, I thought this sentiment was perfect because I was using a fairy wish door, so a sentiment of make a wish seemed very appropriate. And that is my paper clip. Very easy, came together really well. I really enjoyed this one. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll see you in my next video.